Hello everyone and welcome back to another stream. Big up to HTW. It is so good to see you, brother. Here and absolutely angry. But the way the season has gone, my brother, it's not even about being angry. It's just like every energy has been sapped out. You try to be positive. I today posted so many short videos. Chelsea against the Spanish teams, record against the Spanish teams. I was positive, but this team has reaped out any positivity. I'm already unwell today. I'm struggling right now. My eyes are paining, but this the love of the club always makes you do things, and it's again disappointment. It's like not a surprise. And I was begging to God that we don't lose badly today. And that was the case. Like, I'm happy we lost 2-0, that we still leave there with some pride intact. But in honesty, that was a ridiculous performance. But a performance, brother, we are not even surprised. This season has sapped out any energy. I have no energy to shout because it's already been gone this season. No energy to be sad because how sad can I be when we are already 11th in the league? It's just, can we even have good days this season? Can we have one day where we can clap for the players and say we can do something big? It doesn't look like. So starting off first of all on the match and a bit of a brief chat before we go on some other topics as well. So please, people who are watching, it doesn't take much. Do hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So Real Madrid 2, Chelsea nil. It started off nicely. We started off well. Joao Felix had a good chance which should have done better with, and it was saved. And after that, what followed was an embarrassment. Hopefully, BOEHLY is calling up Nagelsmann. Brother, at the moment, I don't even know what Todd Bowley is trying to do because this season is fully upon him. This season is fully on Todd Bowley. I don't even want him to rush on Nagelsmann, get the next appointment right, because this has been an embarrassment of a season, but we cannot afford another season like this. Next 2 years now, it's Stamford Bridge. There won't be any song or Champions League. It's a sad point, but that's the way life goes. We started well, but after that, we absolutely faded. We absolutely played like a mid-table Premier League club, playing for our lives, defending in low blocks, and at some point, the quality of Real Madrid had to go through. They got the first goal. Now, for me, Kepa should have done better. You have to try to come and claim the cross. But with Kepa Arrizabalaga, are we surprised? Are we surprised he's one of the worst keepers when it comes to claiming crosses? We are not. And again, it was bound to happen. After that, again, it was all Real Madrid. We were lucky to be just 1-0 behind. And then the Chilwell red card. And then everything got over. Again, on the second goal, Kepa was an absolute suspect, but not even a surprise. Team was not having possession. Fofana yellow card. We were not able to even pass from the back. We were not able to even make 5 passes together. Like, I really don't want to blame the goalkeeper. I know he's not good enough, but the team at the moment is also not good enough, to be really honest. And the red card, again, it was Cucurella's mistake, and Chilwell just had to do that. My sad point was that when Chilwell got the red card, nobody appealed to the referee. Nobody surrounded the referee. It was just like the season is over, please end it. And these players are on 200k wages, 250k wages, who are literally playing on the wages that fans provide them by paying the tickets and everything, and them no desire and fight to play for the fans, to fight for the badge. It's an embarrassment, but to be honest, the way these guys have played this season, it's not even a surprise. These guys have given up on the fans, given up on the season, and they just wanted a hand to go on their holidays and just forget, and let them do that. What can we really do, man? When these guys don't care for the fans, they only care for their wages, they only care for their looks and everything, then that's the way it's going to go, man. And very sad and disappointed with this lot of players, because Chelsea players always in the big stages to wake up for the badge, for the shirt. Whether we were good enough team, whether we had some average players, we always used to stand up on the big days. But these guys will never stand up. These are highly paid players, big names, but they just won't step up. And big disappointment, but no surprise and nothing surprising about Chelsea this season. 11th in the league, knocked out in every cup competition, embarrassed by Dortmund away from home in a match where we should have scored 3 or 4, but again we did not score. And in one of the biggest embarrassments I've seen today, it's been a very disappointing season, but today it only gets worse. It only gets worse because only bit of hope you had, that's also been killed. It's just like having a light at the end of the tunnel and suddenly the train comes and bounces over you, and there was a bit of hope, but even that was killed. And that's the way Chelsea have been this season. Coming on to the first topic to discuss today, these lot of players are an embarrassment. Kovacic as a captain is an embarrassment. He should never ever be the captain of Chelsea Football Club again. This guy doesn't care. He only plays well on days where he just wants to play well. He's an absolutely atrocious senior player in the dressing room. A good midfielder on his day and nothing else. And to be really honest, if he leaves at the end of the season, I really won't mind, to be honest. And big up to Pudin by always supporting the channel. Thank you, Pudin by. Cucurella bad positioning cost us Chilwell red card fully. But brother, I think we lost the game before. We lost the game by mentality. These players, Pudin brother, had no mentality to fight for the shirt, to fight for the badge, and it's not even surprising. Kovacic was awful. Absolutely, he's an irritating player. He does not deserve to be a senior player in the dressing room. For me, I know I've been saying this for a long time. I've been going on Ankit Bhai's channel, Mighty Blues FC. Do subscribe there to so many Chelsea fans and saying that Kovacic needs to be sold, and I think he needs to be. We need to get rid of this player because he doesn't care. He only wants to play well on his days, and it just looks like he's a senior player with a lot of attitude, but nothing to cover it up because he was absolutely atrocious today, and it does not deserve to be the captain of this famous football club. It does not deserve to be a captain. Absolutely awful, and no mentality to play for the shirt. He comes in press conference and says all the good stuff, but never ever fights for the badge and the shirt on the pitch. It was very disappointing. Mark Cucurella, are we must surprised he's having an absolutely horrific season? His positioning is bad. His understanding of the game is bad. Are we even surprised? We are not. And then Karim Benzema having a field day, should easily have had a brace today. And they went on to win the match. And these players are embarrassing. They're not fighting for the shirt. The biggest sadness was a Champions League game away at Bernabeu, UCL night, and there was no pressing, there was no intensity. It was just like end the season. We'll take our 250k wages at home and enjoy. And that was very, very sad to see people. Also, what Gallagher was doing by always him as substitute. But today, Putin by we had no option. Like when Gallagher was brought on, we were already 10 men. So today, I'm not even surprised Putin by he was brought on. The game was finished. The game was finished, and I'm so happy. And thank you to Real Madrid to keep it to 2-0. Because if we were playing Manchester City, if we were playing Arsenal, I think it easily could have been a 7 or 8-0 battle today. That's how bad we were today. That's how bad we were. Coming on to the next topic, and this is about Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly has mostly got everything wrong on this season. Everything falls on his head, from sacking of Thomas Tuchel, from the summer transfer window to the disaster of Graham Potter, waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to sack him. And when he finally sacked him, it was too late. And then bringing an inexperienced manager, putting him straight away against Real Madrid, an absolute disaster of management so far. I'm still not anyway against the new owners. I really respect them. I have at least a club to watch. My club exists, but it doesn't mean they're absolved of any blame this season. They have been an utter chaos this season, and they are very much responsible for the mess Chelsea is in. Hopefully, these guys go there, they learn, they listen to the football people, they stop putting the interruption in the team, and hopefully next season we're on the right track because this season is on Todd Boehly and Bidat Iqbali. It's better for the players to not turn up to the game because we will get embarrassed in the second leg. I think we will get embarrassed in the second leg if we play like this, and if there's not even one desire and passion, then yes, it's going to be one of the biggest batteries we'll remember as Stamford Bridge. And I don't even know do these guys even care of Stamford Bridge and a history. I really don't know. And the season is going to be really on Todd Boehly for me. He has been an embarrassment so far, but I trust the new owners, but he has to get it right in the summer. If he doesn't get it right, then the whole blame and the way the club is going to go in the future depends on him. Don't know whom to blame, what to blame. Just frustrated, is demoralizing. I fully agreed Putin bhai, but to be honest, we have to blame it on ownership. The summer transfer window was a disaster. Sacking Tuchel was a disaster decision. Bringing Potter was disastrous decision. Then sacking Graham Potter not after the Southampton game, should have been sacked at that game, was a disaster. And then finally sacking him, but just 5 or 4 days before Real Madrid match, was another disaster. So not really surprised. Hopefully they learn and they improve next season and they get the next appointment right, because this season is fully on Todd Boehly. The way we are playing is demoralizing. It's not even demoralizing. It's just even any bit of hope left is being killed, and that's the biggest disappointment put in by. And coming on to average mid-table goalkeeper, and that is Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now, many people will say today it was not his fault. He could not do much. I agree. But the problem is, sometimes we see on the television and we think he could not do anything. But on the first goal, a proper goalkeeper comes and claims the cross. And in the second goal, a proper goalkeeper still has an idea where the shot is going to go. And this is why Kepa is a fine goalkeeper, a very, very fine goalkeeper for a mid-table club, for a club trying to finish 9th, 10th, 11th. But he's not a goalkeeper where you want to win against Real Madrid, where you want to win Champions League. And Mendy is a way, way better shot stopper than Kepa, but he's one of the worst sweeper keepers we'll see. We need to sign a new goalkeeper, and that is the way I think we can go. Will you take Felix for 120 million? No, never, never. He's very, very overrated. Love him, a Chelsea player, I respect him, but his end product is near to none, and I think we'll find much better players than him, to be honest. For 40, 50, 60 million, I'll take him, but not at 80, 90 million. We have players like Nkuku coming up. There are so many players. Like we can even go for players like Olise from Crystal Palace. So many players. There's no need to go and pay this kind of money for Joao Felix. Don't buy Felix. I fully agree with that. Kepa, yeah, he's not at the level. Fully agreed, brother. Putin, brother. He's not at the level. He was worse than mid. Sell Kepa. Fully agreed. I think Kepa needs to be sold. And I think Mendy is a better shot stopper than Kepa, but even he needs to be sold because his sweeping abilities are an absolute disgrace. I think we need to sign a new goalkeeper this summer, and a goalkeeper with proper scouting and proper understanding to what we need. Because today again, Kepa was absolutely disastrous. We need better goalkeeper, but whom should we get? And this is the biggest question put in by, and this is on the scouting team. I think they need to find the right goalkeeper, and they need to find the goalkeeper. I think which knows how to pass the ball, but also knows how to claim crosses and finish. It's not difficult to find, but can the new ownership and the scouting team do it? It depends on them. All right, need to go. Take care. Big up. Thank you so much for to join the chat, and big up and take care, bro. Thank you so much to join. Going on the next topic now. That is an embarrassment of a big money signing so far. That is Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has been an absolute embarrassment of a signing, people. He has been an absolute embarrassment of a signing. Very disappointed with him. The way he has played so far with the Chelsea team, the way he has come in, his attitude on the pitch, it's been absolutely appalling, disappointing, but not surprising. He has been absolutely awful for a very, very long time now. And for the money we paid and the way he's playing, I'm sorry to say, but it looks like he's come for a good payday, but not fight for the badge. He was atrocious today. Not just footballing wise, his passion, his positioning, he was absolutely awful today, and he has been whole season. I understand Putin by I don't blame him for attacking problems, but I didn't think he was fully on the game. His pressing was non-existent. His desire was non-existent. Whenever he had the ball, it went back to a Real Madrid player, and I think that's what for me Putin by was the biggest embarrassment for him today. I'm very sorry to say this. And now on Joao Felix is so good on the ball. He glides with the ball so well, but to be really honest, his end product is near to none. I do understand the first chance people was a very, very difficult chance. It's not easy to score, but at least you can try to put it in a different direction to hit it straight at Thibaut Courtois, and the chances he misses every matches. I think he's a good player, but to be really honest, he's not worth 100 million anyway in regards. A good player on the ball, good play, can really build up well and can really play well in the build up. A very good footballer to watch, but nothing more than that. No end product, no hold up, and I still believe he has still a lot to improve upon. And not a player I think we should go and pay 100 million for. Fine player, but nothing more than that. And the end product is very, very concerning. People is very concerning for Joao Felix, to be honest. Coming on to can we even pass and hold the ball? Exactly, his final third decisioning is very bad. He does everything well but can't score, so what's the use? Fully agreed. And it's not even that, brother. The biggest thing is he has so many opportunities today to make some passes and he hit a shot which never made sense. So I think he really has to improve in that regards. Can we even pass and hold up the ball is something even I don't know, man. Today, the way we tried to play from the back was an absolute disgrace. Will you take Saz Bosby for 45 million? Putin, by to be really honest, I really don't know him. I've not watched him, Putin, by to be really honest. But to be really honest, Putin, by we need to go for players like Olise, and we already have a player in Kuku. We need to improve in other departments, getting players like Lavia in the midfield, getting a proper goalkeeper. I think that is where we need to put more of our money and getting a proper number 9. Today, Chelsea lacked a proper number 9 that can hold up the ball, that can bring other players to the play. We did not have that. Whenever we tried to go long, there was no hold up play. From the back, we could not even pass the ball. Kovacic was an absolute disgrace today. Whenever we gave him the ball, he lost it. An absolute disgrace. And whenever the ball went to Raheem Sterling, rather than holding it up, he gave it back to Real Madrid. It was an absolute embarrassment the way we tried to play from the back. And the question arises, can right now we cannot even score a goal, but have we even forgotten how to pass the football and play from the back? We used to do it so well with the same squad 2 years back when we won the Champions League. And now it looks like they've just lost their memory as well because they can't even pass the ball. They can't even score. And I really don't know what they can do. They need to be sent in nursery or football school and to be taught again because what we saw today was an absolute embarrassment. Oli says two left-footed. I think Ziyech will be leaving. So I think it will be better for us to have two options. And I think it's better than to go and pay 120, 130 million for a player, Joao Felix, for me, who is absolute luxury player, to be really honest. And after the red card, I think match was buried before putting by. There was no desire, there was no passion. We never even tried to attack. It was like a defeatist mentality with no trying and was accepting the situation. And that is the biggest sad part today. Kovacic for me is an absolute embarrassment today. As a senior player, as a vice captain, he was an absolute embarrassment today on the pitch. He does not deserve to captain this side. He is an absolute embarrassment of a senior player the way he played. Very, very disappointing, man. His passing was atrocious. Whenever we tried to play from the back and the ball was given back to Kovacic, he straight away lost the ball. Whenever we had a chance to counter, he straight away gave it back to Real Madrid. Kovacic was an absolute disgrace today the way he played. He never, for me, tried. He was very poor on the ball. He has been very poor this whole season, and I think we need to have massive, massive decision to him. Many people say, "Oh, he'll do well in Pep system," all that stuff. I think we need to get rid of Kovacic, his mentality and everything. I love Kovacic, what he's done. He's a good footballer, but nothing more, nothing less. And today was an absolute disgrace of a performance like Kovacic. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he comes back because he used to be one of my favorite players. But the mentality he's showing right now for a senior player in the dressing room is very sad and very concerning. Reece James, he has been atrocious. He has been atrocious so far. But it's not even that put in by. We don't even have a proper striker. We don't even have a proper attack. So whenever Reece James is really trying to attack, he has just no options to look to. So to be really honest, I do blame him a bit, but not to be big, to be honest, because he still is playing with one of the worst attacks I've seen in a long, long time. For Frank Lampard today, I can't blame him much, but just say that I'm very, very disappointed. Not surprised. We all know he's not a very tactical manager. He's not a way, way top manager in the elite league. So we all knew this was. But to be really honest, to be this naive, not bringing the changes early on, not trying to, like before the red card, we were already being pegged back. To not even try to change the game was disappointing. We were getting battered in the first half. You could have brought on a Mudryk, you could have brought on a Havertz more quicker in the first half, and the game might not have changed, but could have at least has a most possession, could have had some more attacks, and could have brought Mason Mount early on until a fitness issue. So I think that's where I was a bit disappointed by Frank. And again today, am I surprised? No, but I expected a bit more, and from that terms, I'm a bit disappointed. So that's my analysis today of Frank Lampard and his management today. Going on defensive errors, and again, we concede goals by our own mistake. Koulibaly has much as he defended well on Rodrigo one. It was Koulibaly's own mistake for Rodrigo to have the chance. Mateo Kovacic, an embarrassment. Whenever he had the ball, he straight away gave it to a Real player, putting us under more pressure. That was very, very tough to see. And Marc Cucurella had a massive, massive hand in the red card for Ben Chilwell, which absolutely buried the tie. And now we will miss the chance Stamford Bridge game, and it's a massive, massive, massive miss. And defensively today, again, we were overall solid, but again, we were our own worst enemy. We could not pass from the back. Our passing was atrocious. Our defensive mistake and silly mistakes were always there. And again, today, we could easily have lost 1-0, but again, due to our own mistake, we lost 2-0. We were playing so badly from the back, and again, we are our own worst enemy. We shouldn't sub Koulibaly with Chalobah. Why Cucurella? I think it was just because that Chalobah is not a left centre back and they needed a left footer. And the great Graham Potter did not select Badia Shelley in the Champions League squad. So big up to great Graham Potter. Great Graham Potter did not select Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and did not select Badia Shelley in the Champions League squad. And today we needed Badia Shelley. But well done, Graham. In the end, also, we are seeing the harm you've done. Very disappointing. Going on to Kai Havertz, and again, we all wanted him dropped. We all have been saying he's the biggest problem. And as much as I've been telling for a long time, I respect Kai Havertz. He's talented, but he's not good enough as a striker. And I still stand by the statement, we are an awful footballing team. And just putting Havertz out of the team is not going to change that. We have no patterns of play. We have no proper lineup. We have no proper attackers. No attacker is in form. We cannot even pass football now. We cannot even string 10 passes move right now and trying to get a shot on target. It's an awful, awful team. And Kai Havertz was dropped today for a game where we might have needed him more than Raheem Sterling. He might have helped us keep the ball. His aerial ability might have been a bit more useful in the first half. So today, to be honest, we might have been better to play him. But That's how bad we are. He's having a bad season, and still, whether he plays, where he doesn't play, we are still mostly the same team. And very, very disappointed. But am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? Yes. Also, he removed Aubameyang, yes, and I think Graham Potter really, really did good selections today. Not today, but overall on the team. Not selecting Badia in the Champions League squad was an absolute disaster by Graham Potter. An absolute disaster, to be really honest. And now, going on to the next slide, and the way is going on has been a depressing slide so far. That is on leadership. We literally have no leadership, man. We literally have no leadership in this team. This is Chelsea Football Club in 2023. And by Thiago Silva, we have no leadership, which is an absolute disgrace for a club of our level. You see Real Madrid, Carvajal, Militao, Rudiger coming on, Benzema, Vinicius Jr. acting like a leader, Cruz, Modric. Chelsea have no leadership. We literally have no leadership in a team, and that is an absolute disgrace. Today, there was no one that was trying to get the guys up for the match. Nobody was trying to keep their heads in the game. Only Thiago Silva and Aspilicueta were instructing from the bench, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. The guys did not even look motivated. How do you need motivation when you're playing Real Madrid at Bernabeu? But nobody was motivated. Nobody. And that says more about the club. That says more about the team than anything else. And that is very, very disappointing to see, people. Very, very disappointing. But to be honest, it's not even surprising. And it only shows how far we have fallen and the great work Marina Gnabry did, not extending Rudiger's contract. And now this team has no leader but Thiago Silva. Coming on Mason Mount, I know many people have problem with him. Many people don't like him and all this stuff. But Mason Mount is needed. We need Mason back. It's not just about he gives everything on the pitch and he loves Chelsea, but he's a very important player in the system. His pressing, his off-the-ball work, his late third-man runs, I think we missed that. And I think our attack right now needs the presence of Mason Mount in the midfield. And 3-5-2 formation can only work if we drop Kovacic, play Kante, play Enzo, and play Mason Mount with it. I think people, whether we like it, we don't like it, we need Mason Mount back in the team. We need him back very, very badly, people. He's a very important player, and we need Mason Mount back in the team. Coming on to this part, I think the tie is most probably over. Why not play the youngsters against Brighton this Saturday and in the rest the place for the Real Madrid clash? And then what happens, that happens. The season is already over. We have nothing to play for. Why not play these young guys? Why not develop BOEHLY for next season, Mudryk for next season, Madueke for next season, David Fofana for next season, so that they have more experience and the new manager might have more easy to judge them. The season is already over. Fans have nothing to look forward to. Why not play the young guys and get some pride, get some happiness back in the club, man? Because right now the way it's going is absolutely toxic. No pride today. There was no fight. But guys, please at least fight for the match at Stamford Bridge. We have been embarrassed this season. It's been an embarrassing season so far. But as I put a picture here, we fought that day. We won the game. Please get at least fight for the shirt. Nothing is impossible in football. Fight for the shirt. Fight for the match. Because the way you guys have played right now this season has been nothing short of an absolute disgrace. And play ratings now, people. Please, people in the comment section and live chat, please participate. Please give your play rating. And please do like the stream. And please support the channel, people. It means a lot. Coming on to the first one, Kepa Arrizabalaga. I think I don't even need to start. He deserves nothing less than 3, but he deserves nothing more than 3. An absolute calamity at the back. Sweeping keeping was not at the right mark today. His saves, his mistake for the first goal where a proper goalkeeper comes and claims the cross, and the second goal where he needs to be better understanding where the ball is going. Even if he's being, you can say, blurred through Fofana, he must be doing better. And overall, his commanding of the box as well was very poor. People should not forget Benzema should have made it 3-0, and that would have been another disaster Kepa mistake. And he's a disaster in the making, man. An average mid-table keeper at best, but he still has so much faults and is still a very, very average shot stopper for a keeper who is at a very, very top level of a team. Fofana, I think he did well in the start of the game, but after the yellow card, I think he slowly drifted away from the game, and he had a massive, massive mistake in the Real Madrid second goal, the killer of the goal. And this is why, for me, he has to be a 5, but still one of a better performance today for me. and still Devil Vinicius, still much better than I could have imagined him to be. Thiago Silva, the leader on the pitch, the only one that played well on the team. My man of the match, Chelsea today, and again playing like a true leader. And I think he has to be 7 today. A lone warrior trying to do the best for the club when the other players are playing like an absolute garbage right now. He really played well, and big up to Thiago Silva. He's a true leader and a player who really cares for the back. Coming on to Kalidou Koulibaly at the left centre back, he had a fine game. He went off injured, but again, he was his own biggest enemy. That mistake he made on Rodrigo, a very good cover up. But why are you not able to judge the ball that is coming on from a long pass? And Koulibaly needs to do better. Koulibaly is a player who overall defends well, but his passing, his overall sometimes bad mistakes are always bound to happen, and that is something he needs to cut off from his game. Right wing back Reece James, he has been very disappointing for some time now. It's been an awful season for Reece James. Injured, coming back, and his performances have been at a very bad level, to be honest. Very poor performance of Reece James. But again, as much as I think Reece James was poor attackingly and even defensively as well, I have to give him a 5, but nothing less than that, because he had no option. He had no attacking support. He had no support alongside him, bar Enzo. And to be really honest, we cannot even blame him much. That's how bad our team is currently right now. Coming on to DM Enzo, and Enzo was one of a better performers with Thiago Silva. Some of his passes, some of his diagonal passes to Reece James was really good. But defensively, he was not that good today for me. And some of his passes were disappointing. I think Enzo overall had a very fine game. His diagonal passes to Reece James were at very good level. The only player who was trying to play forward passes, the only player who was trying to do something forward thinking. But again, he was let down by his partners, Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante. And I think this is why he deserves a 6. Overall, one of the better players for Chelsea on the pitch, but still overall and disappointment for the ability he has. But a player who is only going to get better for Chelsea, a very good young player, and still one of the better players for Chelsea today on the pitch. Coming on to Mateo Kovacic, an absolute disgrace of a leader in the dressing room. The way he played today, whenever we tried to play from the back and we gave it to Kovacic, he lost the ball. He put the team in more pressure, and he was an absolute embarrassment today. I don't think we can get away from that. Mateo Kovacic was absolutely awful today, and he was embarrassing today for the club. He really embarrasses today. A very bad display, a very bad display from a senior player in the dressing room. And I think yes, if we drop for the second leg, we have to play Mason Mount and then play Jorginho Enzo along him, and Kante Enzo along with him. I'm sorry, in a 3-5-2 formation. Coming on to N'Golo Kante, I think he did not look fully fit today, so you have to understand he started the game very well, but slowly faded away as the team faded away. But still, overall, he's just coming back from injury. He still did not look match fit, so we need to have that context in mind. And still, hopefully, Kante is fully fit and match fit by the next Tuesday, and we give a better pride, we give a better show in the next match against Real Madrid. Coming on to Ben Chilwell, the red card was not really his mistake. He had to make the tackle, and Cucurella had really put him in the bad position. But Chilwell attacking today was bad, and it's just like when the whole team is playing bad, it's going to really implement on everyone. And a poor display today overall by Chilwell, and I think it deserves a 4. And he was overall very disappointing today. And the red card is a massive blow to us in the second leg, because this means that Cucurella will be playing the left wing back, and that is a disaster in the making. Coming on to Raheem Sterling, an absolute awful display today. Again, there was no desire, no passion. Whenever he had the ball, he lost it. And very disappointed with Raheem Sterling. But to be really honest, it's not even surprising. The way he has played in his Chelsea shirt so far has been nothing short of disgrace. And he again put an absolutely awful display today. And then going on to Joao Felix, I think he started the game well. But for me, people being very honest, he should have done better with the shot. He should have done better with the shot. Overall, disappointing. Nothing really too much from him. His end product is still very lacking. And overall, a fine display, a player very good with the ball, but still has no end product. Coming on to the substitutes, Cucurella, I think defensively he was fine, he did well, but I think that mistake on the Chilwell one was Cucurella, and because of him, Chilwell got red carded, and any hopes of this tie for me are buried now, and that is a big mistake by Marc Cucurella. And coming on to the next substitute, there's Kai Havertz. I think Iki Imani did a fine job, to be honest. Did not have much time, but I still hold up the ball well, still won some of the aerial duels, and still a fine display from overall a bad display by the whole team. And I think Kai was still much better on the pitch when he came on. I think Trevor Chalobah came on again for in the end for Koulibaly to make players three at the back, and I think he had nothing much to do. The time was less, but a fine display, but did not have much time. But Trevor Chalobah this season has been a player who has really been mistreated, and I hope he gets more game time because he's still one of our most consistent defenders, and he still really plays well whenever required. Coming on to the next substitute is Mason Mount, and he really looked lively today and showed why we miss him. Hopefully he's back for the second leg. We need him back. And Mason Mount today for me really played well. Came on, showed his impact, had a good chance, but Rudiger made a massive block. And hopefully he's fit by the second leg and we can pull off a comeback. And then Conor Gallagher did not have much time, and I'm even tired of the substitution. But to be really honest, can we even blame Frank Lampard when it was 10 men and we just had to get the result and go home? So not surprised with the substitution. And I think again Gallagher came on, had less time, could not do much to be really honest. So I'll give him a 5. Coming on to the Frank Lampard, the manager, I don't think he could do much. He set up the lineup right. He went with the 3-5-2 fans have been asking for. And to be really honest, yes, people can blame him tactically, but when he was appointed, we already knew he was not good tactically. So expecting too much from him was already going to be like disastrous. I think overall, Frank Lampard coming was always about vibes, ending the season with some happiness, getting the support from the fans and nothing else. And in that regard, he's not done anything wrong. I still think he could have been much better with the substitution. But to be really honest, when I don't even have much expectation, then will I even be angry? And I think overall, a massive, massive defeat today, people, an embarrassing defeat. And hopefully, the second leg, the guys bounce back. The way we played today was an embarrassment to the Chelsea shirt. These players today were not fit to wear the Chelsea shirt. They were an absolute embarrassment. The tie is not over. 2-0 is still catchable. But the way we are playing this season, we need to be honest with ourselves, is never happening. I really hope it happens. I really hope we score an early goal at Stamford Bridge. I really hope that players come with the pride. But my biggest problem is not losing 2-0 to Real Madrid at Bernabeu. My biggest problem is the players not putting enough passion for the shirt, enough passion for the badge, and not putting enough desire on the pitch. Champions Ignite, champion song, a great day, Bernabeu, and you still don't have intensity, you still don't have desire, you still don't have passion to play on the pitch. That's a massive, massive red signal. And on that terms, people, I'm not feeling well as well. So I do end the stream. Anyone who joined, thank you so much. And people watching, please do hit the like button and subscribe button. It means a lot. Hopefully you all have a good day. And yes, Chelsea right now are in the absolute gutter. But I know there will be a day where we will be back and will be smiling on the stream, happy.